Well, hello, darlings. It's Miss Tia. I know it's been a long time since I've been on these streets. I know, sure has. And there's reason for that. I've been watching, I've been around. But, darlings, these streets, they're not the same streets I previously wandered around. They're not. You know, the creators here, most of them, they're not here for the victims anymore. Not the little community where I walked around in, anyway. They used to be, but not no more. And it's just turned into a bunch of bickering and fussing and fighting and calling each other out. And being hypocrites. So, let's start with the lawsuit that was going on. I think everybody know by now, but if not, the lawsuit that at night non-intelligence agencies, what I'm going to call them, and they're a bunch of little cohorts that join with them and file a lawsuit against Granny Watching and Barbecue Lady from the TikTok. Well, Granny Watching and Barbecue Lady, they filed an anti-slap lawsuit against the original lawsuit. And the ruling from the judge came back, I think it was yesterday, and Granny Watching and Barbecue Lady won. And I mean that Bullhorn Betty and Seth Rogers, Sebastian's daddy, and Brittany J, and Tony, you know, the spokesperson for Seth, and oh Lord, the whole slew of them, the Nick, the Hong, all them peoples. Well, they lost. They lost. Like, I'm telling you, a big fat L. You know how people make that hand when they make an L? Like for a loser? Well, they lost. They were losers in this situation. And you know, I'm glad that Granny Watching and Barbecue Lady won. I am very glad, because that was a bunch of bull. That was a bunch of bull. So, you know, good for them. Good for them. And, you know, I can say good for them and not agree with everything that they do. Not even like them. But still be happy that they won that lawsuit. Both those things can happen. And I can be in the bushes and listen. And, you know, if I see somebody out on the street, I don't gotta be rude. Don't mean I like them. But I ain't gotta be rude. But there's certain things on these streets, like racism, that's recently come back to the forefront. And the reason it did is because Nonsense, well, you know Nonsense, she always be calling people out for things. It seemed like she called Brittany J out the most, like all the time. But, you know, she says she stands for the victims and the victims' families, and she wants change done to the way they treated. And I'm not going to say that's not true, because, you know, I think that Nonsense probably did. At least she started out for the victims. I don't know, but, you know, I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm not. However, she's quick to, you know, call out things and you know, talk about people, but then she don't want to be called out whenever she does something. And what she did was, apparently, I guess she went over to Clues and went up on the panel so she could talk to Chris Proudfoot. Well, hey, okay, do you. But doing you means that you have basically stood with a racist. Because we know that Cluminati is a racist based on her behavior just a few months ago. And it wasn't something that she came out and apologized for. No, she stood on it. She completely stood on it, said that's the way she felt, and so. And, you know, that's one thing that I can't, racism is not okay. Homophobia is not okay. Transphobia is not okay. It's just not, you know. Now, people can do what they want to do, but, you know, I'm not going to stand with them on those things. I'm just not. And I'm not going to stand with somebody who does stand with them. Now, does that mean I'm going to be rude? No. but I'm not going to stand with them because it's not okay. That's what I believe. But where the hypocrisy comes in is when you got people that call them out and talk about how horrible it is that, somebody going to go over there and support a racist or support somebody that's a transphobic or, whatever. When you're going to call that out, okay, that's fine. You call that out. But don't start picking apart other things in their life just to be petty. And Jones and honey, I'm talking to you, darling. And I love you. I've always liked your channel. Thought you was funny. But I heard you today in your live when you be talking about Clue, and you talking about nonsense. But then you start talking about what Clue wore to the courthouse when she went to Betty's court hearing. And you were making fun of her for wearing her overalls, and that big girls shouldn't wear overalls. And you can say that because you're a big girl. Well, you might can say that for you, darling, but you can't say it for all big girls. If someone wants to wear something because they like it and they think it's cute, then that's their business. Not yours. Not anybody's. Because that was just being petty. That was just getting a little dig in. I mean, you won't call Clue out for something. Lord knows there's plenty of stuff to call her out for. I mean, she is a racist and she stands on it. You don't need to go any further than that. So, just body shaming and talking about what people wear and that big girls shouldn't wear this because it's not flattering and because you're a big girl. Well, honey, you don't wear the overalls, okay? You don't wear them. But if somebody else, regardless of their size, want to wear them, then let them wear them. Because, see, that's what's wrong with our girls today. That the little girls that are being brought up that think they got to look like these supermodels in these magazines and all this stuff. Well, are we going to say to a little maybe 12-year-old that's a chunky little girl overweight that she can't wear a pair of overalls that are cute like her skinny friend wear? I know I sure ain't. I'm not going to teach girls stuff like that. I'm going to teach them they can be whoever they want to be. And they can wear whatever the hell they want to wear. Because for too long, girls were blamed that things happened to them because of the things they wore. And that's not okay. And we're not going to go on the flip side of it with you can't wear overalls because they're not flattering. If you see somebody wearing something that you think don't look cute on them, then don't look at them. But this business of, and they big girls can't wear the bikinis because their belly might hang down. Look, if somebody wants to get out there on that beach and they're comfortable in their body to let their belly hang down, then by God, let it hang. So that really kind of got Miss T upset, as you can see, because what I'm seeing on these streets is just a bunch of damn hypocrites, and I'm tired of it. You called this one out for sitting with this one. You called that one out for sitting with that one. You called this one out for... And Jones, and I'm not talking about you when I'm saying... I'm talking in general about everybody when I'm saying you called this one out for what they did, what they said, what they stand for, who they stand with. But you don't look at yourself. Stop being like that, people. I mean, this is the hypocrite community. That's what it is. It went from the true crime to the crime to the drama, and now it's just a bunch of damn hypocrites. We walking down Hypocrite Street. That's what we doing. And Miss T be tired of that mess. So anyway, all right, darlings. Well, I'm not going to stay on here. I want to come wish y'all a happy Easter weekend. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. And those of you who don't celebrate or don't have family, just have a wonderful weekend and do what makes you happy. And if that means wearing a pair of overalls or a bikini, no matter what your body size is, then baby, you rock that thing. All right, darlings. I'll see you soon. Bye now.